Okay, so take the derivative of this. You recognize pi is just a constant. So I'm just going to be carrying pi along. Take the derivative of secant, which is secant tangent. Carry the angle of 2 to the x along to both of them. Now I'm going to multiply by the derivative of 2 to the x, which is 2 to the x times ln of 2. So now the pi is on the inside of this trig function. So let me just rewrite this. So you could think of this as, or see this as the pi x inside the angle there. All right, so to take the derivative, so 3 to the stuff times derivative of cosecant, which is negative cosecant cotangent, carry the pi x to both of them. Derivative of pi x is pi, and then, so this is the 3 to the stuff times the derivative of stuff times ln of 3. All right, so equation of the tangent line, really basic kind of question. So I know I need to find the derivative because that'll tell me the slope of the tangent line. So carry this 6 along. Derivative of cosine is negative sine. Carry this angle along, and as I'm writing it down, I'm just going to peel the number off of the x. So I'm going to be thinking, oh yeah, I know what the derivative of pi over 6x is. It's just pi over 6. So the derivative of that would give me pi over 6. So then let's clean this up a little bit. The 6's go away, so I get negative pi sine pi over 6x. So all that's inside the angle. That's the derivative. So I want to find y prime at 2. So I get sine of, so put a 2 in there, pi over 6 times 2, so that gives me a pi over 3. So sine of pi over 3 gives me a root 3 over 2. So that's my slope. So now if I want to find the y value, I'm going to put 2 into here. So I'll get 6 cosine of pi over 6 times a 2. So I know that's going to give me cosine of pi over 3, which I know is 1/2. So I get a y value of 3. So I have y minus 3 is equal to negative pi root 3 over 2 x minus 2. Okay, so let's move on to this one here. This is the position, and what are they asking? When, so find the time when the velocity is 0. Okay, so let's go find the velocity. So the derivative of e to the stuff is e to the stuff times the derivative of stuff. And now I'm going to set it equal to 0. This will never equal 0. So I get 1/3 is t squared. So plus or minus. Remember, when you take the square root, that's when you get plus or minus. And it doesn't say that the times have to be positive. So it could be either one of those. All right, let's finish off with this last one. Tangent line horizontal is the same thing as asking when the y prime equals 0. So that's my function. So I'm going to see this as cosine of 3x all squared. So to take the derivative, I'm going to bring the 2 down, subtract 1 from the exponent. Now I'm going to take the derivative of the cosine, which is negative sine, and I carry the 3x along. Now I'm going to multiply by the derivative of 3x, which is 3. All right, so I'm setting this equal to 0. So let's clean it up a little bit. So I see a negative 6 cosine of 3x sine of 3x. So I'm setting cosine of 3x equal to 0 and sine of 3x equal to 0. So when does cosine equal 0? So that's at pi over 2 plus k pi. And if I divide through by the 3 now, so those are the places. And here I'd get 3x is equal to k pi. So it turns into k pi over 3.